Ready for another lesson? Lizzo the sea cow. There's a zoo that have these underwater mammals, and they thought it was funny to name one of the mammal Lizzo. Now, the known euphemism of these animals is called sea cows. So they basically fat shaming Lizzo. But just to make sure that they don't seem racist, they had to call the other one Cardi B. And they thought it was funny. I don't find shit like this funny, and let me tell you why. Not only are they tearing down our community, but they're doing this as underhanded racism. I brought this up because if you want to go out there and make a buffoon of yourself, like Lizzo and most of the entertainers and stuff like that, that's fine. But very rarely do you see other races doing this. They could have named them friggin' Adele. They could have named them any other artist or known celebrity that's white, like Tess Holiday. How come they didn't name that? That one would have been more appropriate. But of course not. They're not going to do that. I say this, gentlemen, if you make a public ass of yourself, like how she does, and she look for attention and stuff like that, and you get backlash and the public start to criticize you as well, you can't cry about it because you don't have no respect for yourself. You know, Missy Elliott was a rather large sister, but she carried herself with class and she was very talented. So is Jill Scott. Jennifer Hudson, when she was rather large, was and still is an attractive woman. I don't think Adele ugly. She's not. She's just big. But recently she lose weight, but that's neither here nor there. This is some bullshit, as you know. But you see, women get passes. But you as a man, you don't get no pass. If you want to go out here and be like Flavor Flav and all those people paved the way for buffoonery and coonery, that's on you. But do not get upset when tabloids start bashing you and stuff like that. Because then that's because of your own doing and your own hand. Denzel Washington, command respect. Because he's a respectable young man. Well, he's an older gentleman now. But in his formative years when he was young coming up, he commanded respect. And he is proof that it can be done. You don't need to be a gangster. You don't need to be doing all this nonsense. You don't need to be a D-boy. You don't need to be doing all that stupidness. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to be a rapper. You don't need to be none of that stuff. You can and you should go for respectable professions. They may be boring and they may not bring you the hoes you want, but money more important than hoes. And especially as men, respect amongst other men more important than hoes. You want to make sure that you're not a liability to the group and you're not pulling them down. You want to make sure that you're an asset to help them grow. You want to be the air, the helium to help them rise, not the anchor to hold them down and keep them in place. Do not make asses of yourself out here, gentlemen. Do not make asses out of yourself in public. And let's act like we got some gosh damn sense. You've been taught.